So I know I said that this was going to be like the last video or whatever. I mean, totally that was gonna happen. But see, then I was blogging, and because I have my other blog, and on it came up this thing that was like, yeah, I'll read it to you. It said, "Isn't it crazy how we can look back a year ago and realize how much everything has changed? The amount of people that have left your life, entered and stayed, the memories you won't forget and the moments you wish you did. Everything. It's crazy how that happened all in 1 year." Then I remembered that the year is almost like about to end, and like I can't even fathom how that happened. Like, I'm trying to think of last year around this time, and it feels like a lifetime ago. Feels like a lifetime ago, but at the same time, it feels like I can't believe this year is almost over. Like everything happened so fast, but at the same time, it feels like it was happening my entire life. So I was trying to think of what happened last year, like around December, like what I was doing December 19th. I know that this video is like shitty quality because the only thing that's lighting me up right now is my laptop. Which I guess I could turn on the light, but lazy. So let's go to Facebook because we're now in that new timeline thing, which is super exciting. We're just going to minimize 2011 and go to 2010. In December, on December 19th, I updated my status saying, "Just went through and deleted everyone I didn't know. So congratulations if you're still here. And if I don't know you, I probably just thought you looked nice, so I kept you." I'm so funny. So I was thinking about it. I was thinking about like where I was, and then I realized that I took, I think like maybe like half a week early off, so I could go see my sister's dorm in American University in DC, and then take the train down to see my dad in Virginia. I remember going to see my sister's dorm thinking like everything was so strange, and like the fact that like I remember getting really mad at her roommate because her roommate kept on being like, "Oh, like I know your sister better than you know your sister," and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? She's my sister, man." Then but I liked the dorm. Like I liked the dorm life, seeing that like people were around all the time. I mean, she lived on a much smaller campus than I do, but it was interesting to me to see it. Like outside of her dorm, there's like a bunch of like concrete, and so people would like write in chalk on it all the time. And like one of the things, I took like a bunch of pictures of it. One of the things said, "Home is where the heart is," and there was like a bunch of cigarettes like surrounding it, and like it was really cool like to see like, because it kind of represented college. So then let's see. Oh, and then there was another one that said "Kiss Somebody," and that one's actually like the background for my computer right now. And I liked college life, like it was an insight to that. And then let's see. Oh, and then I went to my dad's on a train, and I hadn't traveled by train in so long, and so it was like all this like really brand new sort of experience. I loved it. Like, oh my gosh, I loved it so much. And so it's like along the train tracks were all of these makeshift home shelters. So it's like in the East Coast, and the trains like ran so it wouldn't really be that close to anything. So it's just like all wooded areas. And so there was like makeshift homeless shelters with like tarps over like chairs and stuff. And all I remember is how much I wanted to get out of the train and just like talk to the people and like see like why they became homeless and like do this entire like story. And I think I even wanted to write a book. And it was that train ride that made me want to be a journalism major, which of course I'm not now, but who cares about that little fun fact? I just loved how, like, maybe it's my college angst teenage girl thing, but it seems so romantic. Like, romantic in a way that's, like, reminiscent and adventurous. And it was like, I seriously never wanted to do any other transportation besides trains. Like, I was absolutely in love with riding on the train. When we got to my dad's, and I remember he like made fun of my hair. I was like, okay, whatever. It's my dad. Kind of does it a lot. And then, I mean, that was a good visit. And like, my dad always asks me, he's like, well, what do you want to do before you leave town this time? And before I came, I told him, I was like, I want to go to the beach. This is December. What the fuck was I thinking? But I wanted to go to the beach, and so it came to be like the last day, and he was driving us to the airport, and he went past the airport for a while, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, where are we going? And then he like pulled up to this parking lot, and then you could see the seaside, and I was like, this is amazing. And so we got out. We could only stay for a couple minutes because I seriously was about to miss my flight. Like, we had left like only an hour before my flight. My dad, crazy. And so, like, we were on the beach, and there was snow covering the entire sand, and all throughout, like, the beach, like, for miles and miles and miles, it was just this white sand, and then there was no one out, so it was just like me, my dad, and my sister, and we were just like overlooking the ocean. We were like right by the pier. There was like this sound of silence, like this resonating sound of silence that was so completely and utterly beautiful. Actually did a work about it. Like, I did kind of oil pastels, and I drew the picture, but like there were seagulls, and there's like a barge ship way out into the ocean that you could see, and it was gorgeous. It was so perfect. And then of course we like got back into the car and I went onto the plane so I could fly an hour to DC, but it was bittersweet because I knew that I was leaving, but at the same time, like, it was so nice. So like that was really cool. And then I remember I got on the plane, and like there was seriously, I had to ride the plane from Virginia to DC. So that was like an hour, like 45 minutes maybe. And while I was on the plane, there was like one person sitting next to me. Like, this was a super tiny fucking plane. And he, what's his name? Ethan. And I remember, I don't even know why, maybe it was because my earlier experience with like the ocean or something like that made me like, I don't know, just have a new identity. So like, I don't know, I told him that I was like a freshman in college and that I was like a philosophy major, and he like asked me about my classes. Should have been a drama major instead. So like he asked me about like all my classes, and we actually kept in touch, like, because we like got off the plane or whatever, and then like I had a while to wait before my next flight, so we just like sat and talked. Like, I shared music with him, then he gave me his phone number. And we still talked for a while, like, and he's like stationed in like Hawaii or something. But it was really interesting. It was the kind of person I was, just like randomly, like, yep, I'm a philosophy major. Like, I was like, what the fuck? But I just like came out, like, I was like, almost like it was the truth. I don't know. So I'm trying to think, like, last December, before everything went to hell in January. Anyways, I just wanted to say that, and I know I told everyone I was going to post a video. Who cares? I don't. Good night for real.